Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a bonus new moon for the month of January tarot oracle reading. And Aquarius, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Aquarius, we still all have a little bit of Aquarius in us. If you have your birth chart, which house is Aquarius in? That's where this energy will show up for you. This is a collective or general reading, so just be aware parts of it may or may not resonate with you. Take what works for you, leave the rest. And also, this is a timely reading, meaning it's the perfect time if you're watching it now. If it's been some time since I have posted this, take a look back at what was going on in your life at that time, and it might give you further insight. We'll begin with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck, and we have the King of Swords. So the King of Swords represents an individual that is at the top of their game. The swords represent in the tarot, they represent your mental intelligence, your mind, that kind of energy, your thoughts. And this usually represents someone who is a professional that uses words to earn their living, whether that be in written form or in... Come, Stella, come up. Come, sorry, my cat's yelling here. Come on, there we go. Yeah, you can come and sit on my lap. That's okay. My cat loves the energy of the reading. So, okay, you be a good girl and lay down. Her job is to purr. All right, I'm sorry for the interruption. So the King of Swords, it represents a professional that uses words, written or verbal, to earn their living. And they're very aware that words can be used as weapons, that talk is cheap, actions do speak louder than words. And also the energy here is talking about being able to cut through the red tape and the bullshit. Quite often this represents the energy of, it would be, if it's a lawyer, it would probably be a partner, or a prosecutor, a politician that's high up, and, a member of parliament, or the Senate. It could be even the Prime Minister, President, etc. So that's the energy we have there. And then we have Justice. Well, that's interesting because we were just talking, this could be a judge even. So we were just talking about someone who earns their living, using their words, etc. And now there's justice coming in. So this could be like a prosecutor, a lawyer, something like that, even a judge. We have justice. So justice is talking about redemption from karma as well, like from the across the veil. It's talking about, like, on the spiritual side, there's spiritual court, and then there's also court on earth. And so justice, she's sitting in between these two pillars. These represent extremes, like good, evil, bad, good, dark, light, weak, strong, that kind of energy. And once she's neutral about each of the extremes, this is representing the energy of the lower part of the reading, the underlying energy, and it's the what ifs. And so this kind of energy is getting neutral to the what ifs. What if I do this and this happens? What if I do that and this happens? That kind of energy. And when you get neutral to the extremes of both sides, then you can be neutral sitting in between. And this, you notice her right toe, or right front of her foot, is peeking out from under her robe. And this represents that the justice is already on the way, like it's taking action. And you notice she also does have a sword in her right hand here. It's kind of hard to see. It looks like it's part of the pillar. But this is talking about wielding the sword of justice. So this is the underlying energy for this bottom part of the reading, which is the what ifs. The what ifs are your internal forces. You don't have control over everything, but you do have control over the internal forces. You can either react or respond. That's the energy. So this is talking about pentacles. Clearly someone's been focused on working on pentacles here. Pentacles in the tarot represent health, wealth, happiness, abundance on the 3D in all ways. Of course, a big part of that in the 3D is money. this is the only card in the tarot where the person's actually working on the coin. And so this can represent making money. And this energy is like actually making money. And with this energy, it could be something to do, Aquarius, with someone maybe illegally making money in some way. Or there is some problem regarding pentacles here. So we'll look into this a little bit more. Okay, there we have it. So you may be in a position where you were working really hard, and possibly you hired someone, or some sort of energy around that vein, where you're wondering, I put all this work in. Why do I only have this many pentacles? This person is looking at, like, I did all this for this. That's not right. It should have been way more than that. And so there's something fishy about your money situation. Maybe you've noticed it. This energy also could represent like auditors, like, that kind of energy, financial advisors. That generally that would be more like the King of Pentacles, but it could be on the law side of it. So let's see, a corporate lawyer, that kind of energy. Let's look some more here. What's going on? Okay, yeah, like we have a lot. There's something, it feels like it's something, it feels like it's on both ends. Like the Hierophant represents traditional structure on the spiritual level that comes down to the 3D. And basically this is talking about the traditional structure of like the law system on the 3D, and also universal laws and morality and ethics and something like, and like those considerations. So I'm not sure if this energy is talking about the King of Swords being involved in this, or the King of Swords being part of the Justice. He's sitting next to Justice here, but it could be about them. And you may, it's something to do with the system that, I don't know, like there's some money missing and you've noticed it and you've worked hard for this money. And so it's kind of like, what happened? And the Hierophant has got his right hand in a blessing. He brings justice down to earth. And so this can represent like someone that's high up in the, again, like in the system. And this could be the energy of like, a Supreme Court judge, or some sort of ruling, like that's coming from the court system. And also on an ethical level, a judgment coming from that end as well. Okay, yeah, the Knight of Swords is coming in. And look he's in a hurry. Like this is about communication. So the knights would work for the king and the queen and the rest of the court. And they would deliver messages back and forth. In the old days, they had to do that by horse, and they had to, deliver them by hand and then come back. These days, this could be like an email, a phone call, papers coming in the mail, a notice. It could be a lot of different energies like that, like of law and order coming in, an audit, that kind of energy. And this energy is also talking about, it could be an email, a phone call, whatever. It could be information coming in from the King of Swords, because this is the Knight of Swords, regarding this situation. So you may have hired this King of Swords to look into something for you. And now the Hierophant has found, they have found there's something not right here. And now the legal system, the court system, is involved in this. This energy, you'll notice, like this horse is really stressed out. And this sometimes talks about a fool rushing in and not knowing the whole story, not understanding the entire picture, but needing to communicate, on some level. And the energy is like they're traveling through barren land against the wind. And, there's a lot, like this sometimes can represent a fool rushing in. There's no point on his sword that we can see. So it sort of says that this could be someone that is a detective or something, and they have part of the story, but not the whole story as of yet. And then we have, oh goodness, it's about a lover. So this is talking about, in the old days, like when the tarot first began, like this tarot, the Rider Waite Smith deck is like over 70 years old. And so this energy is, when it first began in the tarot, this card would represent choices of all kinds, like making choices, but it has evolved into like the Lovers, and it's this cloud in between these two energies represents not knowing each other as well as you think. And this angel represents the higher self network, your higher self, speaking to you. And quite sometimes this card, what it means is the masculine and feminine energies within you, that you need to bring them together so that you can get to the truth of the matter. Or this could actually be that there's some light being shone on someone who was your lover, and or is your lover, and there's been that's where the money's gone missing. Ugh. Yeah, and then we have a Knight of Cups coming in. So the Knight of Cups is talking about an offer of love. Whether this is past, present, future, we don't know as of yet. The energy is talking about this cup of love. This, like the Knight of Cups is considered to be like the knight in shining armor that you would hear about in romance novels, that you would see in the movies. You know, someone who's very well put together. Even the horse is wanting to listen to him, kind of energy. Notice the difference between these two, right? And so the Knight of Cups represents the energy of an offering, a serious offer of love. And this quite often can mean a marriage proposal to your lover. So I'm not quite sure yet. We'll keep looking into this here. It's kind of like, you know, it's starting out like there's all these legalities, and then all of a sudden the lover comes in and you're going to offer them marriage. And was it someone that you married so that, and they married you for your money? That could be possible. That could be possible. It could be something to do with that. All right, so we have here your identity, how you identify. So you identify yourself as having worked very hard and been very focused on, you know, having a good lifestyle. Like pentacles represent, you know, abundance in your lifestyle. So everything that you want in the 3D, and that includes having like a good lifestyle, not just having money, not just having enough money. It's not just about money. It's about enjoying how you make your money, and enjoying the lifestyle that you're living, enjoying the partner that you're with, all that kind of energy. But here, this is the position for your abundance and self-worth, how you view it right now for yourself. And you're saying, hey, there's money missing here. And I feel that this is about communication, and I feel that you were taught about money from a young age, and so you caught it, and maybe someone else wouldn't have. But I feel like either you've hired someone here, or this could represent the traditional structure that you were raised in, because this can be communication from early life. Like this is talking about the Gemini stage of life when you go to kindergarten, kind of, you know. And I feel like you were probably raised in a family like this is of generational wealth, like a legacy of wealth, wealth that's been passed down from one generation to the next. And there's something that you noticed, and this is about the system. So either maybe you have a Hierophant looking into it, because the Hierophant has his right hand in a blessing in disguise, and the Justice, he's the one that makes sure justice happens, and the Justice has the sword of truth in her right hand. So something has been discovered, and now there's communication regarding that. And the thing is that this is your emotional foundation from how you were brought up, and it can talk about your first family. Like it could be something, if this is generational wealth, it could be something that's been happening within your first family, like not who you married, not your lover, but you know, the family you were brought up in. And this is about your creativity and romance and children. So this is definitely, this position is representing a romantic partner, and it looks like you have offered either like a commitment of some sort with them. Now, this could be past, present, future, or your plan. Like in the future, this is what you're planning, and then you found this out that you're missing some money. It's not 100% clear here. The energy here. So this is the what ifs, and now we're working on the external forces. And the external forces are more like what the EF happened. So the external forces are forces that are coming in towards you from outside of you that you don't have control over. You do have control over how you respond or react to the information. And now, like, we have 3 knights here. This is a lot of knights here, a lot of communication coming in. And it's interesting because we're moving on. See, the new moon on January 18th is in Capricorn. And Capricorn represents the energy of the pentacle at the most highest level, at the most mature level. Capricorn energy is the most public image orientated type energy of the tarot. Or of the horoscope, sorry. The Capricorn energy is talking about someone who understands money and is responsible with it, and they like to build companies. They like to build, developments. Someone like that. Like it's talking about someone who takes consistent steps of action to reach their goals, and that's what the new moon coming up in a couple of days here is about. Is about moving into the new and new projects that are. That you're working on, like this, consistent steps of action. But for some reason, even though you've done that, there's money missing. And the energy of the Capricorn is like being responsible, and that's what you have done. You have found that. Now, we also have a new moon coming in February, on the 17th of February. And now in the background here, I don't know if you can hear it, there's all these sirens going off like on the street here. So that's usually an indication that there's something going on here. The energy is talking about, what I was talking about is on the 17th of February is the Chinese New Year, and it just so happens that on that exact day we also have a new moon. And the new year coming in, we're right now we're in the year of the snake, and the year of the snake is about shedding your skin and letting go of everything that doesn't suit you anymore, and then moving into this year of the horse, which is the fire horse. And so it's talking about this energy coming in, new adventures, new like setting very high goals. For business and for career. In matters of love, it's very passionate and free-spirited and that kind of energy. The fire horse energy is really ambitious. And the thing about the fire horse energy is that it's like we have 3 horses here in this reading already out of just this many cards. So I feel that the Knight of Pentacles, his horse is at a standstill because it represents the fact that something has come, the communication has come to a standstill, and it's regarding these pentacles. And this information has taken a long time to come in. This is talking about the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving of all of the knights, and he's taking time to survey the territory and understand, okay, exactly which way do I need to go here? What am I going to have to do to figure this all out? That kind of energy. And I feel that this new moon is kind of maybe on, we had the full moon in Cancer on the 3rd of January. And that was, that's on the full moon is when you release energy. And that was a very volatile full moon because it was in the sign of Cancer. and the Cancer is ruled by the moon, and it was opposing this Capricorn energy. I just feel and it was shedding a lot of light back then. You can look, take a look on my channel page. I do have a playlist that includes the full moon and new moon readings. It might be beneficial for you to go back and listen to the full moon reading, because Cancer is exactly opposite the Capricorn sign, and that energy of Capricorn was opposing like the energy of the Cancer. Cancer energy is, I just want to stay home. I want my comfort food. It's adolescent girls who just started their cycle crying energy. And the Capricorn energy I already explained. But in the Capricorn energy at that time, we had the sun, and we had Mars and Venus. And if you've heard of that saying, men are from Mars, women are from Venus, there was so many readings coming up at that time that were regarding exposure of something that was happening in lover relationships, in couples and stuff. And so I feel like that energy might have exposed some sort of truth coming forward. Maybe you got a little bit suspicious and you started looking into it. And I feel that by the 17th of February, when that next new moon comes in, that you're going to have a lot of the information that you need to know, and regarding some sort of situation about what happened to your money. And if you're wondering, shouldn't I, is there something wrong with this investment, or something's not quite right here? Yeah, this is saying, yes, there is something off. Now, what that is, we don't know, and we don't know for sure that it's your lover or anything. I'm just explaining the energy, how it has been. But see, the sun is coming out now, and the sun is the happiest card in the deck. It represents God, and it represents getting to the truth. And this pony, it's another horse. Really interesting energy. There's 3 knights, and now there's a pony, and this is from when you were a child. I feel that's confirming that this is an inheritance. This is something that was meant for you since you were a child. And you see this veil, this banner, it's very much like this veil here. So your ancestors are also wanting this justice. So Aquarius, this is kind of the energy right now that, if you're in this situation, the sun is shining light on it. So this is not just something that is against the law on a physical level in the 3D world, but also against spiritual law. And so that's the energy coming down, and the sun is shining light on this. And I just was talking about how the sun was opposing the moon on the 3rd of January and shedding light on a lot of different things that were happening in people's relationships that weren't on the up and up. And so the energy in the next position, sabotage, yeah. There's 10 swords here. This is like stabbed in the back and left for dead kind of energy. This is, this person's laying here, and they're looking out into the horizon here, and they're wondering what the EF happened. And this is indicating that there has been some sort of sabotage. And the thing that's interesting here is that if you'll notice, this person has their hand in the sign of the blessing, like the Hierophant. So I feel like either there was some sort of person that was in charge, that was in an official position that was involved in this sabotage, or you've hired a Hierophant or whatever, and they're making sure that justice comes through. But then who's this? That's the kind of energy that I'm is this a lawyer that you hired, or is this someone that was involved in the missing money, or was the Hierophant involved and you've had to hire a lawyer because it's actually someone in a position like that, which would really suck. That's real. And this is talking, you notice the similarity between this card and this card, that they're sitting on the throne in between these 2 pillars, and this one. So this is all about justice. This is about justice on the spiritual realm. This is about justice on the 3D. And this is about both. Like this is talking about, this can represent someone that's high up in the church as well as someone who's high up in the court system. And this is talking about, again, the two extremes of, this is actually representing the evil and good. This is representing, the high priestess sits in between these two pillars, and she's on the right hand of God. And so she uses her intuition. That's what the high priestess is really intuitive. And she goes by the cycles of the moon. And look at it's a crescent moon here. I really feel that, yeah, there's some sort of energy here. And thank goodness it's being shown to you so that you can look into it, Aquarius. Look at, and then the moon's coming up again and saying, yeah, this is saying, look at, there's a lobster. It's not a crab, but it's a lobster climbing out of the emotional waters. And this is, again, saying, stay on your path. The moon is talking about having discipline of the mind so that you stay on your God-given path, so that you get what you were destined to have when you were a child. If you go off the path, then all sorts of shift is going to go wrong. So that's what this energy is showing here. And you know, the sign of Cancer is represented by the crab, and you think about, this is sort of speaking about how vulnerable, you know, would this lobster be on land trying to crawl through this. They're having to pass by both a domestic dog and a wolf or a coyote howling at the moon, right, to be able to stay on their path. And we have that energy again. And if on February 17th, I believe there's an eclipse. I don't know if it's a solar or a lunar one at the same time. There's some sort of energy around that. I really feel like this is talking about the year, when the year of the horse hits, that you're really going to know way more about this energy. The moon represents illusions and hidden secrets coming out. Interesting energy. And look at, we have the Empress then. So the Empress is all four queens rolled into one person. And like, we don't have anyone else out here except the Empress energy and the King of Swords really as possible people. I mean, we have the Knights, but they represent more working for the King and the Queen or the Empress. So the Empress is sitting on her throne, and she has the qualities of all four queens. Like, she's really good with pentacles. She understands the value of lifestyle, and knows how to run a home really efficiently, knows how to run a business really efficiently. She's very intelligent. She's very intuitive. She is the generator, like she's the energy, like she's a magnet and attracts. She doesn't have to, she plants the seeds, and that represents all this wheat growing at her feet. She plants the seeds and waves her scepter, and of course she just lets nature take care of it. And so she's always bringing in a harvest. The Empress is someone that you want to marry. Like, this is like the best you can do. If you consider someone to be your Empress, this is talking like you have a very high opinion of them. And they're like someone who is well respected in the community and all of that kind of energy. And then we have Temperance. So this is this card is talking. This is actually Sagittarius energy, and we don't really have one action out here yet. We have this card representing Sagittarius energy. The wands are about fire and about passion and moving forward with passion and fire. This reading is all about pentacles and sabotage and not true love. Like, it doesn't feel like there's any passion here. And this is the Temperance. This is what some people call, like, refer to as the earth angel. It's someone God sends down to earth to right wrongs and be on a mission to straighten shifty energy out, basically. So this is saying that on the spiritual side, they've already found that, yes, this, whatever has happened, that someone is guilty of stealing from someone here. And this Temperance is like staying on the path. You see again here. And so this energy is talking about to stay on the path, stay on the path. And this energy is talking about having to have patience and pouring, like using alchemy to get to the point where you get to the truth kind of energy. But the Sagittarius energy is not known for having patience, and we don't really see a wand here. This card is just representing that energy. Now this here is talking about commitment, marriage, and partnerships. And the sun is shining on this. So it could be that the sun is shining light on your marriage, commitment, or partnership. This could be, this here is talking about transformation, death, secrets, and shared resources. Yeah, it feels like there's some light being shone on this situation with someone that is your partner. Now, this could be a business partner, but with this cup here, it feels like it's, and the Lover's card, it feels like it's someone that you're either in a commitment of marriage to, or it could be a business partnership as well. And it also could be a lover that you're not married to as of yet. But the Empress energy kind of implies that it's your spouse. And then we have this is talking about higher learning. So using your intuition to get to the point. And when you use your intuition, this is talking about your career, your reputation, and your public image. So there's some illusions around that energy here of I feel like this is going to be something public. I can think of a few things right now that are in the news that have just come up in the last few days that are talking about this type of energy. Some like an audit needs to be done kind of energy. And this is about your blessings and your friendships, and this is, the Empress is someone that you can rely on normally. Like this is someone that has been given a very prestigious position in public, like in public matters, in government, in law, in that kind of energy. Someone that is well known publicly. And then this is talking about on a spiritual level, that in spiritual court, you already have this is already in spirit. Spiritual court has already been in session. And what that means is when God gets involved in this and shines light on it, that the energy is going to come down to earth and there's going to be justice. And look at the sun is on this, and we have the angel again here, and the sun is shining on this couple here. It's not the most pleasant reading in the world, but if you're in this position, it's saying, good, look into it. Make sure you do look into whatever's going on in your life. Generally, when we see things in the news, those things are sometimes trickling down to the average person and not in this big of a way, that kind of energy. Could be just a much smaller thing, but at the same time, the same type of energy. If you're enjoying this reading, please do give it a like and comment, and consider subscribing if you resonate with the channel. It would be my honor if you did so. I'm going to clarify this with my oracle cards, Tales from the Vector. That's TAILS. And I'm just tuning in right now, and let's see if we can find more information. I started this oracle back in 2007. And I'm an artist. I did 64 paintings and finished that at the last one at the end of 2020. And now I'm planning to bring the deck out, and I'm working on the information that goes with it. The numbers on these cards represent the numbers on my the paintings on my website in the gallery. And so you can go to talesfromthevector.com if you want to take a look at those. I will, in the description box below, have them listed here, so you can look into this some more if you want to. Let's see what's coming up. Oh, there we go. Okay, there's several cards that have come out here, but I have to get this one here. Sorry, Stella. I woke my cat up. This one just came flying out. So this is talking kindergarten. Okay, so this is saying, okay, Gemini is ruled by Mercury, the planet Mercury, and the Gemini energy is about learning, but this is like kindergarten level learning, and so it's actually talking about communication, and I feel like it's talking about this early life, like this communication that's coming in again. I feel this is someone that you've known, and it could even be a family member that's involved in this energy, because it's coming up twice again now. It's like someone that you've known since kindergarten. That's the energy. So it could be like someone, like, I don't know wherever you live, if you're from a smaller place or whatever, someone that you knew when you were like 5, 6 years old, and maybe they were your friend for, they've been your friend your whole life, or I don't know your situation. But it's definitely talking about energy of someone you've known since you were like in kindergarten. And then we have the Hermit on this energy. So this again is talking about really needing to go inward. The Hermit goes up to the top of the mountain to get information from source energy. It's kind of representing that intuitive energy there. And this energy is talking about, really looking into something, and that justice, this is something, justice on the spiritual level as well as as on the physical level, which again is being shown here. We do have the Emperor. So you're an emperor and you have an empress. Like, that's coming out. This is now saying you are an emperor, and the emperor is all 4 kings rolled into one. And the emperor is all about performance. And if anyone's going to catch something like this, the emperor is. The emperor is like, that's you. That's your energy being represented there. That's your internal forces. So this is talking about a lot of money, like a legacy. It's generational wealth. Justice. Look at that. It's pretty clear. You're correct. There is some money missing. Mother's worry. So, and this is like a major accomplice. Like, geez, like, I hope your mother's not involved, or someone's mother, mother-in-law, the mother of your children. It's some sort of mother energy. And it's just like, I call these the major accomplices. And usually I read this card is like, the worst thing a mother can do is worry. Yet that's what mothers are taught to do. But when you worry about your children, like, if you can't see a bright future for your child, then who is going to? And I feel like, yeah, there's some sort of energy here. And it could be regarding someone, like a sibling of yours, like, and it's not the emperor that she's worried about so much, unless the emperor, I don't feel this is your energy. I feel like you're looking into this energy of where did my money go? Because that's the first thing that came out. And I feel like it could be a family member of some sort. And it could be, it doesn't have to be your mother, but it could be a mother. Do you understand? Like, that's the energy. So this energy here is about your early foundation. So this is representing your energy here, that you, as an individual, this is what's clarifying this. Okay, good. So the anticipation is when you can anticipate your journey because you're staying on your destined path. And I don't feel that the emperor is involved in this. I feel that the emperor is trying to figure out who's involved in this. And this is sitting right on this card here. And it's someone that you know, and it's someone's mother is really worried now. And there we have dissemination of information. So there's an elephant in the room, elephant, what elephant? I don't see an elephant. And this is sitting on the Lover card. So there's something that you probably, something in you clicked and you were like, there's something not quite right here. And I'm getting this energy could be like in-law energy, you know? Like it might be someone, I don't know. I don't know where you're from. Like some people, like if you're from small towns, you know everybody, right? So it could be that energy, or it could be someone that is related to the person that you're married to, or that you're in a partnership with. And it could also be talking about a family business, because this is representing a lot of money that comes from a legacy of generational wealth. And then look at that, we have the Lovers on there again. This is confirming that this is your lover. So this is someone that you proposed marriage to, or you're in a commitment with. So sorry to say. And then we have Temperance on this, like you've had to be patient to find this out. But I feel like this energy, like this having to wait. See, because even though it doesn't look like it, because there's not a wand in here, right? And the wands represent action. So, but this is about action that you've been waiting for a long time. So this information about this pentacle has been going on for some time. And like that's the energy coming in. This is the action. This is action, but it's very slow action. So it feels like a standstill, but it's not. It's in the background. There is some movement happening. Like this is okay. So indifference. So this is talking about another karmic space that we can fall into, where and this card is saying we're all in it together. We're a work in progress, except are we? Because God is shining light on this and saying this person was indifferent to this pain that they were causing you and others. I'm getting that this maybe is involving, like it could be involving 10 people. Or it could be involving someone doing this to you 10 times, or it could even be like 10 different groups participating in this. Is a lot of money. People don't go to this much effort unless it's a lot of money. And so the Hierophant is regarding traditional structure. And again, it's coming in, like, look at. So this person that the mother's worried about is who the Hierophant is looking at. Oh no. Messy situation. Guiding star. Yeah, use your intuition. You have to rely on your intuition as well as your logic in this case. This is talking about there was some hidden aspect in your marriage or in a love relationship. This is about the heart chakra energy. And this is talking about falling and failing in love is a matter of I. So it's kind of like, it's talking about a relationship of love that you have. And the number 25 is on it. And it's kind of like that energy I was talking about in the beginning, that when we moved in from the 9-year, 2 + 2 + 5 is a 9-year, it's the end of a cycle. And we moved into the 26, which is a 10 cycle. That's the beginning of the end, and the end of the begin. You know what I mean? Like that's moving into not just a new year, but from look at what was happening in your life in 2015 to 2016, like in January. Like that's 10 years ago. And what was going on then, it might give you some idea. And this is very interesting because I just did, I was having all these beautiful readings. And then the last one was for Scorpio. Or no, like, was it, I think it might have been even Libra. I'm not sure now, I can't remember because I've done a lot of readings. But it was similar energy to this. We have Cancer. Okay, so I feel like that's talking about that moon again. It's saying that moon that was on the 3rd is the full moon when all of that Mars versus Venus energy was out. and the sun was shining light across to all the hidden aspects of the moon, that's when I feel, oh, excuse me, it's just like I can feel like this energy of just like, like just sadness, the need to be right, okay? So, yeah, I just feel that this energy sucks. I don't even know how to sugarcoat this. There's definitely been someone, there's a reason why there's some money missing, and it's also playing out on more of a global level. I'm getting like, this is like talking about so many different situations. So the thing is, Aquarius, that this could be like much smaller than what I'm seeing here, because it might just be smaller for you, you know, like not such a big disaster as this, but this, I can think of something that's going on in Canada right now that, yeah, really shifty energy. But that's life on planet Earth. Sometimes that shift happens. But now the good news is, when the truth comes out, the truth does set you free. And it's also talking like, I feel like the emperor is all about performance. And the emperor was maybe like, what the heck is going on? Like, they're just like, have I lost my touch? Like, you know, what's going on here? That kind of energy. So the truth will set you free, and I will have another reading for you at the end of the month, and I do hope that there's more clarity and that we're moving on to like really good new shift. Bye for now, Aquarius. Yes, Stella, it's okay.